Hello and welcome to this week's Monday Motivation. I hope you've had a beautiful weekend and are excited and energized to start the week. So today, the motivation for y'all is just a reminder that if you're not measuring anything that you're working on, then it's very, very difficult to feel/see any progress. So I wanted to share like a little story from my life that's reflective of this. So at least once a year, I try to do something called 75 hard. And if you don't know what that is, it is quite intense. But it's 75 days of just doing these certain activities. And the point of it, you like lose weight and you get fit, and that's great, right? But actually the point of it is not to lose weight and get fit. The point of it is really a mental exercise, right? In kind of strengthening your brain, your productivity, your level of discipline, right? And so the first time I did 75 hard was last year. And I went through the 75 days, and one of the things is you have to do 2 workouts a day of 45 minutes, and one of them has to be outside. And, the workouts don't have to be super grueling. One could be just like a walk or yoga sometimes that I do. But it is really the act of finding the time, making the effort, and doing it every single day, no matter what, for 75 days. It's incredible. But I was doing like a post-mortem, like an after-the-fact review of how it went last year to sort of enhance my performance for any other time, if I ever do it again, like things that I did well, things that I did poorly. And one of the things I remember that I didn't do, because this isn't part of the challenge, I didn't weigh myself or take measurements or anything like that, because I thought it's a little bit too intense. I'm not really doing this to lose weight, so I didn't really care to do those things. But what ended up happening was, even though the people around me saw a transformation, which, by the way, I probably lost a decent amount of weight, which I gained back as soon as it was over, because one of my other mistakes was sort of getting into a frame of mind, which was, I worked so hard, I deserve to eat, like crap for the next 3 months, which was a learning. I think now I'm doing it again. I know that in hindsight, I won't go into it and sort of revert to a very unhealthy way of living. But the point here being is that while I was doing the challenge last time, by not weighing myself and not taking measurements, I only kind of went on how I felt. And to be honest, I can't even tell you whether I lost weight or not. And the same is true for business, right? We do a lot of activities, and oftentimes we don't measure them. And so we're going a lot on these feelings that we have. And the problem with that is these feelings a lot of times are not very accurate, right? If you're a positive person, you kind of can just be thinking oh, everything's great, and maybe they're not. Or maybe you're super, have a tendency to lean towards the negative, and maybe you've been getting really great results, but you think that you're not because you're kind of down on yourself and all that stuff. And in business and in life and in everything, measuring the results of the actions that you take and taking time to reflect on experiences, whether it's as simple as planning a birthday party for your kid, or doing a big report for a client. All of these things, the learning is missed unless there's some idea of measuring the result, and also doing a review on, what worked, what didn't work, and what can I do better next time. You can do this in every area of your life. And so my invitation for you this week is, is there one area in your life that you feel no matter what you do, you can't gain traction? And again, it could be you want to be a better parent, or you want to be better in your job, or whatever it may be. have you intentionally made a plan on how to improve whatever it is that you want to improve, and have some sort of system in place where you can track your progress and reflect on what you've been doing? Because when you do that, you can rest assured, you can be at peace knowing that even if you're not, getting the results that you want as you're measuring, that you're proactively working towards the image of who you want to be, or the thing you want to do, the goal you want to accomplish. And to be honest, when you're in this system of measurement and reflecting, improving, right, it will help you get to wherever you want to go faster. So I hope this was helpful. If you know someone that would benefit for this message, it would mean so much to me if you can go ahead and share this episode. And, if you love it, if you're listening and this isn't your first time, hit the subscribe and you'll get a little ding anytime I post a Monday Motivation or the Marketing for Startups podcast, which comes out on Thursdays. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you back here next week.